Welcome to Build Your Arsenal. Today we're looking at the Ruger LCP Max in 380 ACP. Is this just a cheap plastic toy gun chambered in a caliber that's only going to piss off a bad guy? The trigger pull alone may give that impression, but we're going to check it out though and see what this pistol is all about. It's obligatory to talk about whether 380 ACP is sufficient. Just for reference, here's a round of 9mm on the top, a round of 380 ACP in the middle, and a round of 22 long rifle on the bottom. I see 380 ACP as a great tool for getting someone from 22 long rifle to 9mm and avoiding some bad habits, flinching, anticipating recoil, etc., and building confidence and skills. Yes, 380 ACP is not as good as 9mm, but it's better than 22 long rifle in a defense situation. What do you get with the Ruger LCP Max? You have your paperwork, lock, chamber flag, pocket holster, magazine loader, a flush fit magazine floor plate, and one 10-round magazine. The stippling and texture on the grip is decent, but it doesn't go very high on the grip. There's no texture for the top of my palm or support thumb. It's not a huge deal because the recoil is so mild, but I still want a good grip on the gun, and there's not much real estate for your grip here. This isn't just a Ruger issue though. The Sig Sauer P365 from arguably a more premium brand doesn't do an amazing job at this either, and there's much more recoil with that gun. Yes, there's Hogue grip sleeves and Talon grips, but it's something to be aware of. With that said, it's comfortable to shoot. The sights are actually pretty good. You have the tritium front sight and blacked out U-notch rear sight. I like this setup quite a bit. Next, you get just one 10-round magazine with the LCP Max. I would really like to see it come with an additional 12-round magazine, but I'm sure that's part of the reason the gun is at the price point that it is. Plus, you're getting that tritium front sight and the pocket holster. It's a good compromise. It's not like it's a competition grade firearm, so do you really want to have a bunch of magazines for it? And without the other accessories that come with it? On Ruger's website, the 12-round magazine is going for $39.95, and you do get a 20% off coupon from Ruger when you purchase the gun. The pocket holster that comes with it is great. I like this a lot. As you can probably tell from the pocket lint, I've used it and it works well. It completely covers the trigger, stays in my pocket when you're drawing the gun, and you can almost forget it's there. You just have to remember it does decommission a pocket. As for the magazine release, it's easy to get to, but you have to get your bottom fingers out of the way for the magazine to drop and to keep from pinching your hand on a reload. Let's look at the trigger pull. You're not going to win any competitions with this trigger, and the noise it makes again in dry fire sounds more like a toy. It works just fine in live fire though. It's kind of what you would expect. Next, we're going to look at taking down the LCP Max. First, make sure it's empty. Be careful here and use a small screwdriver so you don't scratch the slide unless you're cool with those scratches. You also don't want to pry against the polymer, but against the actual slide itself. The takedown pin comes right out. Then move the slide forward and off of the frame. Take out the recoil spring assembly. And then the barrel can be a little tricky. You have to move it forward, then down and back to get it out. Then to reassemble, you'll take the barrel, push it forward and into its locked position. Put the recoil spring assembly back in. And push the slide back onto the frame. With the takedown pin, it kind of helps to push it in at a downward angle. Once you press it in, just retract the slide and you're good to go. Does it even make sense to add the Ruger LCP Max to your arsenal? Compliance, actually carrying, is the biggest issue with concealed carry. It's a pain sometimes to mess with a holster or need to pay attention to what you're wearing or changing clothes simply so you can carry. If it's an errand or just a quick trip, it's easy just not to bother with it. That's where the Ruger LCP Max comes into play. Yeah, it's a great pocket or second or third or fourth gun to have on you, but it's really about making sure you're always carrying. It's so easy to grab the LCP Max and stick it in your pocket when you don't want to carry or you're just being lazy. It helps make carrying a forced habit and as natural as grabbing your keys to drive your car. That's a great thing, and that's why it's in my arsenal. Thank you for watching Build Your Arsenal, and see you next time.